Radio Forest Podcast.
Forrest, this is Miss Laura Korn.
Since I last talked to you, how was Amsterdam?
You went right for the goods, didn't you?
I've been thinking about it all year. What is she going to do? Did she do it? How did it go?
Oh, my God. Forrest,
Uh-huh.
I wanted to move there.
Did you?
I loved every second. It was just, it was amazing. The people, it's a walking town. We did what was it, maybe 9, 10, 12 miles a day walking to the museums. And, of course, I always ended up in the red light district.
What did you do? What happened?
Well, I wish I could tell you, but there's a lot of things I learned. But then I asked my partner if I could share some of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, you got to check. Charlie, right? You got to check with Charlie first?
Yes. And he said, absolutely no. And I went, what? Wait. What stays there, stays there. He goes, yeah. What stays there, Corn. That means don't share it with the world. A few little hints. I don't have jealousy.
That's nice.
Which I thought was amazing. And, I learned this from a bunch of girls. I interviewed a bunch of girls that work there. 75% of the guys that walk in, guess what happens?
I would guess most of them probably don't want to have sex. They probably want to cuddle or talk or be held or something like that.
Good one. Yeah, you're kind of right. They come in and they talk about their wives or their girlfriend, and they don't see it through.
See, I let my hands do the talking.
Well, then you'd be okay. And at the end of the day, the grass is not always greener. That's why you need me.
Laura is the author of 101 Great Nights of Sex. And the workers there, what was your impression of them? Because I feel like it's a very taboo subject. And of course, then you get things like people forced into it or have been kidnapped or can't escape or have no other options. But what was it like there? Is it more regulated? Are they like, oh, this is great, I love it? Or they're like, I've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, my impression, and I don't know, I didn't kind of go there, but my impression was what you just said, that they all have a smile on their face. They're very outgoing and playful, and they did not appear to me to be trafficked. I couldn't even mentally go there. And we were there almost every night. It was a social, and they were delightful. I mean, they were really lovely. I don't even know how to describe it. I was actually shocked. I thought it was going to be seedy, and it wasn't at all.
What about expense? Is it super expensive?
From what I could tell, it was affordable. Like you're walking down, and there's a lot of stores. But instead of furniture or bath products or whatever, they're girls, and they're selling their wares. If they like you, they open their door.
Oh, they can reject you?
Yes, and they do.
That's a twist I didn't think about.
Yep. And let's just say, we're a good-looking couple. And you walk by, and all the doors are flying open. They're like, nice. Wow. Mm-hmm. I kind of felt like they loved me for it. But I was dressed. A lot of people that go there, they're not. And look, one of my sex tips, and it's number one on the list. If you learn anything from me, it's that hygiene is critical. It really is. And I can't tell you how many relationships over the year I have fizzled because of poor hygiene. I talk about that a lot. And one of the things I noticed in the red light district is a lack of it.
For the workers or the patrons?
No. The workers were beautiful, dressed to the hilts. But I mean, some of the men and women, because you go to a lot of sex shows where there's live sex on the stage, which is just fascinating.
Yeah, that's one word.
Wait a minute. Have you been?
No, I have not.
Do you want to go?
Not now that I'm married. Like when I was single, yeah. I morally have no issue with prostitution if it's done correctly, and the person prostituting is into it, excited and happy and running their own business. I think it's great.
Well, I'm all about monogamy. My book, 101 Nights of Great Sex, is all about connection. finding ways to add spice to your love life and making your relationship playful and fun. Because really, honestly, we are all looking for long-term passion. It's so important, but it's hard to achieve. My formula, and I really am very proud of this. I mean, you can't sell almost 2 million copies of a book, 101 Nights of Great Sex, without it. There is something very special about it, and I talk a lot about this. And this is something that you do maybe once or twice a month. You can't expect to swing from the chandelier every night. It's just ridiculous. But long-term passion, the number one sex complaint of couples, Forrest, you're in a rut, you're in a routine. People just need a tool. And I say it's a tool to help them focus on being playful and adding a little spice. And they're not going to get that with a toy. They're not going to get that with chocolates. They're not going to get it with teddy bears. They need a tool to help them spice up their love life. And that's what 101 Nights of Great Sex has done. I was thinking about this as a gift for Valentine's Day, and I thought, why a book? Why would you give your partner a book? I'd like to talk briefly about what I think every man should do this Valentine's Day. But first, I was just thinking I never really thought about this, but every time you read a book, Forrest, you get smarter. 90% of men have never read a book on sex. But when you do, you just look smarter. When you give your partner a book on sex, what you're really saying to her is, I want to learn more ways to please you. Let's play. And I want to be a better lover. That's why a lot of guys have bought this book for a Valentine's gift. And if you go to Amazon and you read all the reviews, you'll see it's paid off in spades. Because you don't have to read a book. This is not a book you read. You read one sealed envelope, because the book is 101 sealed envelopes for those people who are not familiar with the book. And there are 50 envelopes for his eyes only and 50 for hers. So when you want to add that spice once or twice a month, you rip out a sealed envelope.
I've got it right here. Listen.
Oh, go.
Here's the book. I'm looking at number 69, Her Eyes Only, Viva La Juicy. What's that?
That's for her eyes only.
Oh, I can't know that one.
It involves tube socks.
How about, all right, for his eyes only, can you tell me this one? Number 32, Wow, Wow, Wow.
Oh!
What's this one? I haven't opened it.
All right. This is based on a thing called interference. The short story inside that envelope is a technique that no one would argue this with me. Will give a woman the strongest orgasm of her life.
Is it another man? Because I think that's the only thing. I'm just kidding. Hey, this says
your phone number there.
This says to call another guy. What the hell is she doing here? I'm not calling Charlie. Get out of here, Charlie.
And the cool thing about the book is when you try these adventures, like inside sealed, every sealed envelope is a creative way to show your partner that you care and that you want to surprise them. And the fact that you're doing, this is key, this is very key to the success of this book. Because you're doing the book together, the book gives you permission to try these new things. In other words, it operates as the communication tool that you need. If you're a woman and he rips out honeylingus, you know where he's getting that idea from. And the cool thing is, the guy gets to create whatever he wants after he reads the recipe that I give him. And most men, they use it as a starting point, right? And it gives them permission to go outside their comfort zone and try new things. And it's creative. The other cool thing is she will never know what part of what you did for her came from your imagination or the book, because it's sealed. That is magical. And the other thing is, couples often don't make time for each other. And the book, because you both ripped out an envelope, she rips out, let's say my favorite one is the Velvet Tongue. That one act, you'd be surprised. They now have a commitment to each other.
None of these things are too taboo or too far. It's more of like better love techniques.
100%. Honestly, these have been tested in my little test bedroom. and with millions of couples. I was reading a few of the reviews. Honestly, I was shocked, but some of the negative reviews, and we're talking about like almost 1,400 five-star reviews. Like, oh, this was too tame.
There's 101 You did all 101?
Yeah, right. Or this was crazy. The format is really weird. Well, there's like 2 million people that think otherwise. Like there's sealed envelopes. It's a playbook. But most of them are like this. I've never seen my wife so happy. Do you go to Reddit?
Sure.
There's a thread that I tell every couple. There's so many. Have you heard this expression, DB?
DB.
Do you know what DB is?
I know DP. I know what that is.
What's that?
DP? Double penetration.
Oh!
All right,
okay, I'm a fan.
I didn't have to explain it. You're like, I'm in. Okay, DB. What's that?
Forrest, this is huge.
Okay.
It stands for dead bedroom, and it's an amazing thread. You wouldn't believe how many relationships, Forrest, are DB. I go there a couple of times a week to read all these posts because I learned so much. They have happiness. They love their partner. They're happy. They want it to work, but the bedroom is dead.
What would you say people really like out of the book? What are some of the fan favorite numbers or techniques out of the book? What are some of the fan favorites?
For him, without a doubt, number 44.
Hang on, let me look. 44, 36, 37. Pink breakfast. I think I know where this is going.
I always say this, and I really mean it. She will levitate off the bed. And it's just one thing you do with your, can I say tongue?
Sure. I said double penetration. You can say tongue.
Very true. And you would never in a million years think about doing this.
Okay, what about for the ladies?
Definitely, without a doubt. It was on national TV and talked about, and it's been talked about, and I probably have sold, with no lie, 250,000 books on number 2, The Velvet Tongue. I mean, there's so many. Like, I love 19, For Her Eyes Only, Dirty Valentine. I don't think we can say number 8. Go over to number 8, and I love it, right, especially for Valentine's Day. Doesn't cost a lot of money. If you're going to stay in this Valentine's Day, number 8. Can you say that word or no?
I don't think so. We could do C-bait.
C-bait.
Like, not S-E-A, but the letter C. Like clickbait, right, but the first word's different.
I think a lot of men give jewelry. I want to talk about number 7, bang for the buck. Okay. And I want to talk about it and what's inside of it. I love the idea of buying jewelry for your partner. I think there are 3 things men should buy. A Valentine's Day card, and I think you should mail it to her.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Women are always looking for the creativity behind the gesture.
That's a great idea.
When you rip out a sealed envelope as pregame, and then when you show up and then you surprise your partner with what's inside the envelope, you're talking about the game. So it's anticipation plus creativity. If you buy her jewelry, if you send the card in the mail, she'll look at the creativity behind the gesture, and she'll just be, women are sentimental. They'll love it. Then if you buy her a piece of jewelry, I recommend a bracelet or a necklace. Now, how you give her that jewelry can create so much passion in your relationship, and I mean for years to come.
Is this bang for your buck?
Do you remember it?
I do. I think you, in the midst of you surprised her with the jewelry.
I have gotten so many DMs. I've gotten so much response from men saying that they're getting more sex than ever because the woman is looking at the piece of jewelry and she's thinking about sex.
And when people see it the next day, like, oh, hey, that's a nice necklace. Where'd you get that? And they're like, you know.
Uh-oh, I'm behind schedule. Look at us.
Oh, we got to go.
I don't want to leave you. I love you.
All right, so Valentine's Day, 101 Nights of Great Sex, author Laura Korn is on right now. Laura, what's the best way to get the book? Is it Amazon? Is it your website?
Amazon, 101 Nights of Great Sex. Also, wrap it up. You can get it gift wrapped. Don't open it until Valentine's Day night. And when she sees that book and she sees that gesture, guess what?
You're getting lucky.
Gonna get some.
Yeah.
The other thing is just have one of the pages ripped out, like honey lingus. It's going to be like, oh my God, we're going to do honey lingus later. Great. I love you, Forrest.
Laura, thank you so
a
much.
Big hug.
Great to talk to you.
All
Tell
right.
Charlie we said hello.
We will. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.